What's up, you lovely human beings? Frank Valkyria, welcome to the channel. Today, it's the day, well, actually, it's another day, because we're still talking about this person, and probably, by the way, still Italian edition, and probably this is one of the weirdest news or gossip or whatever that I'm covering. I have to say, I'm even myself, I'm like, okay, this sounds a bit weird. So here we have a Joseph Morris, which is a YouTuber that does, of course, a lot of gossips. I don't personally know him. I know you guys, some of you mentioned that he does a little bit more speculative stuff. But again, I'm just looking on also some other articles. You always wonder like, how those rumors they start, but apparently they're already going because not only here on the page of Joseph Morris, but also articles are reporting on it, and even the DUI guys reporting on this. So let's focus on what's up here. Stay tuned. Let's get into this together. And by the way, please subscribe if you're not to. I will really appreciate that. It really makes a lot of difference. All right. AH is renting daughter just for Instagram photo. A Johnny Depp supporter claims the actress lied about surrogacy. I wonder why they always have to say Johnny Depp supporter. If somebody's covering something like I really like Johnny Depp. I've done like 3 months of videos on those two guys. That doesn't mean I'm like a supporter in the way that the only thing I think of as I wake up to when I go to sleep is Johnny Depp, you know? So it's like people are interested in covering this because this is one of sort of event of this type of, you know, celebrity and corruption and the behind the scene that was available to see through audios and so on and so forth. So of course, people's imagination is going to be captured because you see it all unraveling. So that's how it is. Anyway, we see the DUI guy is posting also what Morris posted on his YouTube video, and I find it absolutely weird because, of course, here we have this type of somebody sending an email with a strange email, and obviously could be made up. That's why I always say takes those things with a grain of salt. We look into them, we self-correct, but just keep that in mind, of course, because uh, we are not fools here. So anyway, the message says, I can confirm that AH does not have a baby. This whole surrogate thing is a complete and utter lie. She does not have a kid and rents out or borrows a kid for her Instagram shots, and her stroller is a prop used to garner sympathy. You can't even match up the baby's faces across the shots. I'm telling you, the whole thing is a lie. People here think she's actually sold her embryos since they were from a so-called coveted gene pool or whatever, with Elon being the dad. But I can tell you right now, there is no baby living or traveling with her full time. It's all for a photo op. Awkward pose, very well deserved, because seriously, this is something else. Still studying microdosing. I stopped since I'm here because I couldn't bring that stuff with me from Amsterdam. So was just reading about it, microdosing. This is the lovely thing of doing things live and not editing it. So you see also those images of this human being in Israel, and of course they noticed that the paparazzi shot here. Also, whoever made this, you don't know if he's actually a friend that is making pictures of her and then passed as a paparazzi. It's not the first time. It's not the first time. So go figure. Go figure if you know what this is. But here we have a person that is going around with an empty stroller. There is some stuff here carried around. I have to tell you, if this is really true, this is crossing way too many lines. Would I be totally surprised? Well, I have to admit, I would. If this is true, I would to be a little bit surprised because that's really going too far. So maybe the kid is old enough that he can walk around. So maybe in this moment it wasn't in the stroller. After all, this kid should be already over a year or so. So I think they're able to a little bit. Another thing could be like they have dogs. If they carry little dogs around, some people use strollers for dogs, you know. So that could be also the case. But straight out, of course, you see the kid is already grown here. I think she can already stand right there. So it wouldn't be surprising to see that the baby is able to walk. The fact that doesn't match the faces that I don't know. I don't think there's enough pictures. People are really going crazy here on Twitter. Some against, some for. I mean, they could be blurring her face because allegedly people threatened to micro BS. Please, no one believe this. She stated on the stand she had a kid. If a lie would have been discovered, even narcs don't make it that easy to uncover lies. I will presume this is a hoax by AA stands to be attributed to a Johnny supporter for nastiness victim line. Caution recommended, ignore it. That's true. Sometimes they can plant stuff around to make it look like, that people which they're covering or that, they're in support of JD, they run this against her and blah, 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 blah. That's why I said always take those things with a grain of salt. We self correct, we look further into it. I just thought that this is bizarre, and whether or not this is a video that was created totally by the YouTuber, that I don't know. Whoever sent that kind of allegation, I thought to be more interesting the Jessica Krause article on Substack. That was much more interesting. We're going to talk about her and being sued, apparently. So, guys, let me know your thoughts on this. Do you really believe that she's going around photo hopping without a kid? This is also noon, by the way. This, the shadow is very straight. So this is Israel. It's very odd. I wouldn't want to put a kid in this thing without being fully covered and protected by the sun. So I mean, here right now in August, you cannot walk at 12 o'clock in the sun without protection for more than a few minutes. Otherwise, whatever part of your body is exposed is going to be red literally in 5 minutes. I'm not even kidding, especially if you're very pale, you're not tan. So, very, very brutal sun, especially in Israel, probably even hotter. So, even warmer. So, guys, let me know your thoughts on this. I really, really thought that this was a little bit like over the top, and you can never know. Let's close it this way: you can never know because let's remind ourselves that those people don't do nothing spontaneous. Everything is planned most of the time. There's a PR behind. They think things through. And they also think for the long run. That's why they're still bought running, spreading misinformation, used as a spokesperson, so to speak. The mouthpieces out there. That's what they go through. They seed misinformation and they seed kind of stuff around that might work later on, but that also can work against them. So let's remind ourselves of those bots which claim that JD was erased from the Dior contract and somebody else was chosen instead, when in fact now Dior has re-signed him with a seven-figure contract with the bum 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 getting into the pocket. You gotta pay, of course, yearly taxes on those French mansion villages, of course, right? So honestly, not that I think that he had enough anyway. Johnny Depp still probably 100 and 150 million net worth. He has. You can have other worries. Let's put it this way. Doesn't matter if you have money or don't have money. If you have money, you still might have some worries, especially health worries, which is the most important thing. If you have 300 billion and you're sick, you can wipe your ass with all that wealth. Only thing you want to do is being healthy. So I wish you health. All right, drink water, stay cool. Please subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on this. And thank you so much for the support. I really, really mean it. I'm so appreciative of you being there. And I'll see you in another video. All right, ciao.